Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulih al-Ameen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. You know, I want to start by saying that I am, InshaAllah, genuinely and sincerely very, very happy and very excited to be here. And sometimes this is just a generic way of starting the talk and starting the event. And, you know, I'm so happy to be with you. And he's not really happy to be, I just want to go home, you know. But I'll tell you why I'm really, really happy to be here. One time a guy took Shahada and at some event. And when we were done, someone came up to me and he said, you know, when someone takes Shahada, I just want to cry. How do you keep yourself from not crying? I said like this. That's how. It's not hard for me. If someone takes Shahada, it doesn't move me. Yeah? So some people are moved by that. I'm not moved by that. What I'm moved by, when people come and they gather and they make their way somewhere because they want to learn something about the religion of Allah. So that's the first reason why I'm genuinely happy to see all of you. That's why I'm very happy to be here, because I know so many of you, you want to give da'wah, you want to learn the techniques of giving da'wah. So that's the first reason I'm very happy and very excited to be here. Just a little bit about myself, just so we can get to know each other better. My name is Kamal el-Mekki. Originally, I'm from Sudan. Right now I'm from Virginia, but originally I'm from Sudan. And I just actually arrived from Sudan yesterday. I'm going back when the course is over, InshaAllah. And Sudanese people, they're the greatest people on earth, if you're not familiar with them. And we're so good, we're such great people that the Saudis, any Saudis in the audience? Allah. I'll pretend you didn't put your hand up. Saudis are jealous of us. Yes. They're so jealous of us that they made up a lot of jokes about how lazy Sudanese people are. Yeah, sahwallah. But we're not. So they make up all kinds of jokes. And actually I don't even want to mention these jokes. Like the one about the 4 lazy Sudanese guys, they robbed the bank. So they came back with the money and they're too lazy to count it. So every 5 minutes one of them is like, should we count the money? Later. Another 5 minutes, come on, let's count the money. Later. Come on, let's count the money. One of them says, why should we count the money, huh? We'll listen to the news, we're going to find out how much we got away with. See what I'm talking about? They try to say that we're lazy. They tell you that this lazy Sudanese guy walks into a barber shop. He sits down like this. Barber says, what should I do for you? He says, shave my beard. He says, okay, lift your head up. He says, you know what, just cut my hair. They tell you Sudanese guy was lying out in his bed in the yard, so his wife knocks on the door. He doesn't want to get up because he's lazy. So he calls for his son. Son, open the door for your mother. So he says, Dad, I have exams, I'm studying here. So he tells his daughter, Yabid, open the door for your mother. She says, I'm cooking, I've got stuff to do here. So he found no one else in the house except him. He has to get up, open the door. So he yells out to his wife, I divorce you, go back to your father's house. Now, one time I'm on the plane, on the way to Australia, and the guy next to me is a Saudi. He introduces himself. The minute he hears Sudan, he starts immediately cracking jokes about how lazy Sudanese are. I'm like, I don't even know you. But he tells me this joke, but they actually now updated this joke. There's a new version of this joke. The new version is, after he tells her that, she says, okay, I'll open up my purse and take the keys out. So she had the house keys and she's that lazy, she won't know it. But, of course we're not lazy like that. Yeah? Alright, so, you know what? You know who has taken Rays of Faith before? Sheikh Walid, right? Fantastic, excellent. You know how Sheikh Walid, he has break managers? Yes. I have joke managers. Yeah? So we're going to need 2 brothers and 2 sisters who will be with us, InshaAllah. And whenever you feel that we need a break, you stand up or you put your hand up and I crack a superb joke, InshaAllah. How about that? How about we pick the joke managers right now? 2 brothers? Excellent. 1, another brother? Other joke manager? There we go. 2 sisters, joke managers? Okay, very good. 1 there, and another one over there. Excellent. And you know what, sisters, I'll tell you in advance, you're not going to like me very much. Because I joke a lot. And I joke about multiple marriage a lot. And I heard that's a sensitive issue here. But I have a solution for you, so it's not a sensitive issue anymore. We're going to talk about that later. I want to tell you a little bit about this course and how we came up with this idea. And who read the introduction? Fantastic. Excellent. Like the first time I did this course, which is New Jersey a few days ago, or 20 days ago, I kept saying, read the introduction. I think at the end of the course, maybe 9 people read it. So already we have 11 people who read it. That's great. The reason I insist on people reading the introduction is that you need to understand what you're going to get in this course. And many times Dawah courses, they are, or people expect Dawah courses, they expect it to be where it spoon feeds you on what to say in every possible scenario. Now as a teaching philosophy, I don't think that's fair to the student. I think it's better to equip the student with their own ability to respond to every refutation and even to every claim or question or even things they've never heard before. We're going to do that and you're going to see it for yourself. I'm going to present you with concepts that you may have never heard of at the end of this course, and you'll be able to answer them by yourselves because you have the tools. So I want to start off by saying this is what we do inshallah in this course. We discuss the tools by which you're able to answer your own questions, by which you're able to formulate your own dawah response. For example, when you go and buy a hammer from Home Depot, when you buy a hammer, it doesn't tell you how, in every possible situation you can use the hammer in. It's a tool. And you figure out, when you figure out how the tool works, you figure out where you can use it. So you might use it to drive a nail in. Alright? You might use it to, to do something else. You might use it to discipline your child. You become creative. You become creative with that tool. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over the tools, and then you can apply it in different situations. And I'm going to show you sometimes where I learned the tool from, and I apply it in something absolutely different that has nothing to do with it. Some of these tools you can use with people, you can even use with animals. We're going to discuss a lot of things. So how do we come up with this idea, and why am I here teaching this course? It started many, many years ago when I was forced to become a chaplain of some university in Virginia. And they had a very good chaplain before me, but the dawah table was very weak. In about 2 or 3 years, they got about 2 shahadas, or maybe 3 shahadas, in 2 or 3 years. So it's about a shahada a year. Alright? This was a dawah table. It consisted of books and materials and a bowl of candy, and 2 brothers sitting behind the table, hoping people will come and take some material, and people will just come, grab some candy and walk away while these 2 brothers were just talking, chit-chatting with each other. Probably about the importance of da'wah and spreading the deen and all that stuff. So 2 people became Muslim in 2 or 3 years. And then, first thing I wanted to do was kind of revamp and energize the da'wah table. So I put together the first ever version of a workshop. It was about 6 hours long. And we taught it at the school. And this was in the middle of the semester. So from the middle of the semester till the end of the semester, about 17 people became Muslim. And that included some of the instructors and counselors at the school and so on and so forth. So it was the first indication that you can actually then teach people some ways of giving da'wah and make people into effective du'at without years of them running around the streets and talking to people and so on and so forth. So that was the first thing. So we did that. It was the first workshop, and we saw these results. And then this person called their cousin, and this person called their relative in another state. And so this MSA then invited me for it, then that MSA, and then so on and so forth. And then it became kind of a worldwide thing. So it's not like I'm not giving the course because I'm the best da'i or anything like that. But I believe that I've put together the best approximation to what might be a quick and efficient way of giving da'wah. And this course is not just da'wah to non-Muslims. We're going to talk about da'wah to Muslims and da'wah to non-Muslims. All different kinds of people. How do we refute this person, that person, and so on and so forth. But the most important thing is that we're gonna discuss some of the tools, and then you can take the tool and you can apply it in any situation that you find yourself in. And so tonight we're actually going to cover just one part of the notes. We're going to cover basically techniques of answering questions. Yeah. And perhaps then I thought we'll go over the contents of the course together so you understand what we're going to do. So it's broken up into sections. If you open the table of contents, section 1, we're going to talk about da'wah itself. And we're not going to do that tonight, obviously. And we're going to define what da'wah is. And da'wah, by the way, is, if you want to transliterate it into English, it's kind of what you see there. D-A, if you want to put the apostrophe for the ayn, W-A-H. The H is important. Because if you write da'wah as D-A-W-A, there's a problem there. That's actually now a lie in Arabic, or an allegation, a da'wah here as a lie. So, like from yadda'i, yeah? So they allege or they lie even. So there's one da'iyah, and every time I see his vehicle I feel so bad because his car, his license plate is Dawah car, D-A-W-A car. And his van is Dawah van. And every time I see it, it's like, the lying mobile, you know. To the lying mobile. Excellent. So, we talk about the ruling on giving da'wah, and we're going to actually support the argument that says da'wah is an obligation upon everybody. Because there's another argument that says da'wah is only an obligation upon certain people. If they do it, then you don't have to do it. That's one opinion. But we're not going to take that opinion. We're going to see that the evidence, inshaAllah, is much stronger on the other side. That da'wah is obligatory upon everybody. Then what is da'wah that's viable, that will remain? What makes it sustainable? What makes it stay and continue? Not just some excitement, then it dies down, and so on and so forth. Then in section 2 we talk about the da'iyah, which is you, the person giving da'wah. And part of one of the things we want to do in this course is that, you see, realistically, everyone, we have the ability to understand people. All of us have the ability to understand people. All of us have the ability to read expressions, to understand body language. But this is the issue, brothers and sisters. Most of us, we don't put enough effort into that field. So what we're going to try to do during these 4 days is you just want to bring it up one notch. That you pay a little bit more attention to people, to understanding people. Because we all have the ability. All we have to do is just bring up our level of awareness a little higher. Okay? Like for example, if you ever watch let's say something on TV in another language, you understand what's going on, right? You understand when they're fighting, you understand when they're worried, you understand when they're scared, and you don't understand the language, but you know it. Because because you don't understand the language, you pay close attention to expressions, to voice inflection, and you understand what's going on. So we also have the ability to understand each other, but most of the time we don't put enough effort into it. And so all I'm going to tell you is you just need to kick it up one notch, just bring it up one notch, and you'll be able to understand people. You'll understand why they're asking certain questions, you'll be able to understand why they behave in a certain way, and then we'll have certain things will bring up a red flag. For example, a brother says something strange, or a brother does something, the same strange thing every other day, or he keeps saying the same strange thing to every other person that he sees. There's something behind that. So we just want to bring it up, like I said, one notch, try to understand people a little better. And that's going to happen, inshaAllah, by the end of this course. So, part of being able to understand others is firstly understanding yourself. And that's why we talk about extroverts, introverts.